interview with One Esports said that a lot of ID teams are a lot of times brawling and they're not playing it at the macro level. But we are going to see though, second game of this match of Echo versus AP Bren, the M2 champ versus the M4 champ. There's some changes already or not, and there you go. The limit to call TZ's hero. Very on brand on what you said earlier, Wolf.
It could be the backshot first pick again for AP Bren. It makes a lot of sense in this particular game, and they don't have to worry about the Matilda anymore, maybe just the Faramis. So now Echo might consider banning out the Baxia instead of like giving away. But then again, you also, they banned the Bruno
again.
They want to, I think they want to go for another Guinevere play. So it's the Baxia. I think they want to go Guinevere in this slot together with the Faramis.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, Faramis is very strong in this match. And is Faramis prio over Valentina?
I think in the case, I think it should be the Valentina as the priority, especially without the Matilda. So it could be Valentina plus the Guinevere for Echo.
But if you pick Valentina right now for Echo, the value goes down if AP Bren didn't pick that Faramis. So there's still some plays or like some 200 IQ plays that can still be explored by Coach Tix and also Coach Bren. Whatever is the choice for Echo. Now, I want to ask you a question, Wolf. Is carry a threat or like a thing to really note for AP Bren right now?
For sure. It's an Echo special. It's Benecute's most played hero. There's the Arlet instead of the Valentina, which kind of means that AP Bren might be baited into picking that up. You know, the Valentina is decent going up against the Arlet because you have already the final slash. No matter what happens, you have a good ultimate to get. And of course, Few plays that hero so well. And apart from that, I think you go for the Faramis. Very nice choice.
Is to trick.
I think with the Faramis there, I think carry is less prone to be picked, right?
Yeah.
Surely, because range is a problem, and you don't really have that cover
I am the
anymore.
priestess of primal lighting, the hunter of all the evil gods.
And it's going to be a flex pick here for Edith. Can still be played by Old
Gary,
and also easy.
Oh, they go Lilia instead. Well, it's the answer to the Faramis when it comes to dealing the damage. I'd say it's a 50-50 between the Faramis and the Lilia in the mid lane.
And I mean, Lilia, I think against Edith and Baxia is such an underrated hero, considering the low range that Baxia and Edith has. The slow effects that will be in Lilia as well can hinder their movement.
It's my way or the hot
okay,
team is
second
banned.
phase, will they just go all marksman ban here, gold laner ban?
Yeah. Well, they don't. Both of them, they don't have the marksman, but AP Bren should consider banning out the carry this time because that's an Echo special, which kind of makes it so that Irithel should be the choice for Echo because that still is available. So it's between carry and Irithel as the bans now for AP Bren. Or maybe they just ban out Irithel. They give up the carry, I think.
I think it's harder to play against Irithel than the carry at this point for AP Bren, considering you have Edith, you have Baxia.
But then what will AP Bren go for? Seeing the options now.
They can still go for the higher. I think I kind of understand what they wanted to do with that hero. But you also still have
Sun rises when I give the word.
Oh, nice ban. Very nice ban. So, that might force Echo to go for something like a Lapu Lapu. Or I'm thinking Lapu Lapu more for Echo. But also the Terizla is good.
Yeah, I think Terizla, for me, I prefer Terizla because it's easier to land the
Time and tide wait for no one.
Okay.
It depends on the two picks here because there's also a possibility that I go pick up a Benedetta if they have very weak backliners.
Yeah, true.
You're right. Sanford plays and in Benedetta, and I think he hasn't lost on that hero this tournament. Has been using it for a while, and I've cast a lot of it. He is probably the best Benedetta player in the tournament currently.
Yeah. Kind of makes me think that maybe AP Bren wants to put this Edith in the roam role and just get something like a Yu Zhong for Mr. Flap Teasy. And for their marksman choice, I think the Clint looks good. This is a purified carrier. The safest choice definitely is the Faramis, though.
I will what I see through my scope.
Special! Excuse-moi! It is going to be a Leslie that is going to make its debut on MPLI 2023. Who would have thought? Even Wolf didn't mention it.
Whoa, nobody would have thought about this.
Yeah.
Lolita,
They will
maybe?
only make my blade sharper.
By
So
the
it's
way,
a Rome Arlet.
It is going to be a Roma already here, but there are a lot of covers here, quote unquote, for Leslie. The Minotaur, Faramis, Netherrealm, right? Edith also can stop Benedetta.
so he really rests on 10 for respect, right? Because he's the only one probably that can pretty much bypass all of the CCs, all of the covers that's coming in towards the Leslie. This is probably one of the most prone to be picked or like prone to be picked off marksman currently in the game. Very, very weak in the early game, especially if you don't have that Berserker's Fury just yet. Now, what are they cooking? Are they cooking something tasty, or are they cooking something a bit more experimental, just like the first game?
We'll have to see. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it's a match point for Echo. Though, if AP Bren loses this one or they lost, they will not go home
Oh, man.
just yet.
This is... yeah, you were talking about like April. Are they holding back? Are they hiding strats? I think their idea is to overload people with information instead of the heroes that they will pick up.
Now that is a 300 IQ play from AP Bren, but we are going to see how it will unfold in game number 2 of Echo versus AP Bren.
Let's see. Spell check. Oh, early Purify popped by Q already here. And also an early sprint already here, and not even a minute into the game.
Yeah. I'll use Sanford very aggressive on this Benedetta. Well, in the mid lane, it's going to be Dioslos Ogwin. It's all just to protect the Leslie. 4 protect 1 from AP Bren.
Okay.
What they wanted to do.
Gonna wait first. We're gonna suspend the whatchamacallit. No, that's not the right word. We're just gonna wait to like the action, the full
Maintain
action-packed.
suspense.
Yeah, there you go. That's the right word. I'm not good at
Attain the
English.
suspense.
English caster, by the way. You can see Hello Panda in the building. It's not Chef in the building anymore.
Hey!
I'm already embracing the meme. Like, you can say whatever you want with the meme.
Exactly, man. Thank you. Thank you, Chef, for...
Yeah, I wanna like
create
talk
a,
about the let's talk about the game, Con. Okay, in terms of like the early objective setups when Minotaur presumably and Arlot presumably doesn't have that level 4 yet. Do you think which team does it favor to?
I think that the Faramis plus the Minotaur still is. I can say they are more favored in the first Turtle team fight, like Turtle 1, especially because they have the Baksha instead. You're looking at Arlot plus the Lilia. Like, they do have a lot of damage, and there's a solid stun from the Arlot to go with that. But the fact is, it still is a Baksha, you know? It's a pretty strong trio. And especially when you have the Netherrealm, you're not that scared.
From Bakasi for AP Bren, so you gotta realize, man, even if you're a Filipino team, there's a lot of Indonesian fans out there. You are like probably the epitome of discipline. Even Falcon Ken back then said that one of the hardest things about going up against a Philippines team is the discipline, more over than anything. They're not forcing the issue, they only take what they can take. But at the same time, they're always looking for the perfect moment to be able to triumph against the opponent.
True. And
I think when it comes to discipline, probably both AP Bren and Echo, if you think about it, they're probably the least disciplined. No, I'm not saying that. I think the turn that I'm looking for is more aggressive compared to other like Filipino team.
Yeah, not like
Aggressive.
Blacklist discipline, right?
Okay, so for example, if you compare, right, Blacklist is a non-aggressive, disciplined kind of team, right? TNC, for example, is a team that you can say that they're disciplined, mainly because they're not that aggressive. They're like the opposite of Bren Sports as well as Echo.
A little bit of on the passive end.
Yeah, it's not even passive, but more like they're like I guess the term is really passive.
Okay.
Compared to something like whatever the term is for the opposite of proactive or reactive. They're reactive kind of team.
Okay.
Right? When you look at Echo as well as AP Bren, they are aggressive and proactive at the same time, right? There still is some sort of discipline in there for sure, but they're on the extreme level of aggression compared to other teams.
Okay, so but with calculations, right?
Yeah, with that's where the quote-unquote discipline comes in. Their calculation.
But I think proactive team, if they are better than the reactive team. Wait, no, that's of course like if they are equally skilled than the reactive team, I think the proactive team wins. I think
for me, yes. I don't know if the other coaches agree with that, but maybe. At least for me, I do think that the team that's more proactive, for example, a proactive Bren
we just saw it just now.
Exactly. A proactive Bren will win against a reactive Bren or something like that.
Okay. Very interesting topic we discussed, but jump back to the Land of Dawn.
What is that skin from Leslie? Or maybe that there's just
a
painted skin? No, painted skin, the wedding fail one, yeah.
Well, again, seeing the compositions of Echo here, this is one thing that I want to brought up, but let's focus on the top side first here. Sanford, eye for an eye. Ooh, man, that was a good one as well, as AP Bren did not find the breakoff. But yeah, composition-wise, Echo will somehow force AP Bren on towards the jungles here.
Yeah.
It's such a good composition if they fight in the jungles. Fight Lilia, Arlen, and AP Bren, they need it to not go into the jungles. TZ though, still able to get out of that. At the blitz, the turtle, see Flap finding one. Oh, JP Sanford looking to zone. Red Team battle and will fall to Carl. Now Echo will just hit and run this, but AP Bren will they force a fight? Like, no! The re-engage, the setup, Ogwen will fall as well as, you can see here, Echo, they will find the collapse view out of position, falls as well. And it was 0 for 0, and now it's 3 for Echo.
Kind of like looking at an orchestra. That is symphony at its finest. My goodness gracious, what a combo. The Violet Requiem combined with the Electro Final Blow from Sanford. This guy plays a mean Benedetta Wolf.
And definitely Echo back at their Echo Expressways. This is the Avengers-esque kind of gameplay that we know. Their own superhero landings. Carl TZ goes in with the ultimate, knocks up people, and then goes Sanford with the Petrify. You see Sanji also outplaying AP Bren, and then JP as well. You see Echo. This is them assembling.
For sure,
like they're not going all together at the same time. They're doing one after the other, laying it like a cake and making it so cinematic for us.
I mean, if you're one of the greatest micro team of all time, you can do whatever you want and still get the W. But if I were to put money on who's going to be the MVP, I think it's going to be Sanford, man. Like, this guy has the potential to make a play in a team fight, also make a play in the foul lane. And Super Marco, very, very vulnerable.
Yep, Ogwen now still holding on. He has the flicker and minion fury. Will he invest in that? Let's see, Echo taking their time repositioning as well. And it is a 5-man Echo earlier on the bottom side of the map. But looking at the rotation, it seems like they will give... Benedetta will rotate towards the top side. So now Echo will invest in 4 men in the bottom side of the map. But no, they will have space here to not engage in business.
And just look at it, like the vulnerability of a Leslie already showing the very first minutes of the game as they pop up the ultimate to get more vision for the objective take.
It's a 4-man versus 3 now. And Carl TZ will secure the Lord Turtle rather, and you can see here the knockup will be enough to find Ogwen with the help of Imbiru, Smash, and Betty though in trouble now. The backside will be taken out. Q also low and out of the game. Marco will be taken out as well as JP now will survive with the covers and Carl TZ isolated, taken out. Carl with the double under the turret now. Sanford, good! Eye for a 9. Great display of mechanics to Stanford now, though, will fall, and Ogwen finds the shutdown.
5-1-1, Wolf.
You could argue that that was a shutdown, right? That should be like a wasted opportunity whatsoever. But that's just onto the two supports of AP Bren. They were the ones who got the shutdown gold or shutdown XP as well. And Echo are very happy with that because now what they can do is to eventually be aggressive. They took a lot of time away from the farming cores of AP Bren, and they took so much in the early stages. 2.7k at 5 minutes. And they have the Radiant Armor now on Carl TZ. It's not going to be afraid at all.
Carl TZ though, looking for an angle in the backside. Good cover. Benny will reposition. AP Bren with that, they will just back off.
I mean, what do you do as a LESLEY? In terms of like utility, like in the high ground potential battle, you can't really protect your turrets like Beatrix does, like even Moscow does. But even in the damage term, in the early game, you're not doing anything at all.
Okay, Stanford here will look for a kill. Oh, that was a steal and a knockup as well! Carl TZ out of the game. Now, Hooper Marco petrified, flickers out of the way, but no, he will fall here surely. Carl TZ taken out, but the good cover is Sanford. Misses that one, and JP taken out. Carl TZ low, but Super Marco was isolated and taken out. Echo standing with 4, but AP Bren will have to be satisfied with 3.
I said it earlier, Wolf, they're bringing the Indonesian game to MPLI. Already 13 kills in 6 minutes. But it is to be expected though, like on how weak the early game of AP Bren with this kind of composition.
Oh my goodness. Alright, so we already talked about the Radiant Armor, right? So it's going to be great versus Flap versus Few in some way against Kyle TZ. But now JP with the Twilight Armor, the typical counter to the LESLEY. Sanford pushing the lane while forcing out Few. That is how you play the Benedetta, so calculated.
One-man team, well not really, everybody's performing, but Sanford is doing God's work for Echo and doing more!
God.
Another engagement, another kill! And Echo, this game, also in the first game, man, they are on a roll.
LESLEY can't even get some farm in the bottom lane without being taken out. Now TC far too aggressive, definitely punished.
Man, that's a little bit too overzealous.
That's right.
For sure, for sure. Still maintaining pressure on the other side of the map.
I mean, so far, Carl TZ has been smart fella, but that was definitely a fart smeller.
And well, now we can see the Echo with the player coming off from Sanford. He literally just pushed in the middle, and then for some reason was already able to force out Super Marco. Knowing that Super Marco didn't have the flicker, it means that JP can just commit his own flicker, go for the final slash as well as the vengeance, and then you have the follow from Sanford for enough damage to take out this LESLEY. The gambits that AP Bren are doing in the past 2 games, it ain't working.
I am very curious on what Super Marco already secured in his bag for his items. Does he even have one? I think
at 8 minutes, you probably have one.
Yeah,
right?
probably have one, but I think at this point, rushing a Win of Nature just to get out of the Sanford's danger zone is a good idea, right? Even though you don't deal a lot of damage, it adds a layer of surprise to Sanford.
But you have to think about Carl TZ too. That's magic damage that you're talking about. I don't think the Win of Nature rush will give them anything. If anything, I think Haskell's probably, that tech pick on the Haskell's probably is the better economic way to do it. But I think that AP Bren should just focus on just weathering the storm. Just like in game number 1, what they need to do is to get to the 23-minute mark.
Oh my goodness, let's see here.
That's asking too much once
again.
again.
The only win condition that I can see now.
In 9 minutes,
man. 6,000 goal lead.
Once again, I think Echo is racing against the clock with 1k gold per minute advantage. They're looking to extend it much more with Sanji already wreaking havoc all by himself, as you said. Whoa, awesome highlights.
Oh my goodness! Bursted down! The Minotaur will not survive that one. Ogwen does not even have time to pop his own flicker.
I mean, what do you do at this point? Like the beef that is supposed to be beefy, It's not.
Yeah, well, he faced up against 5 members of Echo. And the worst thing about this is that he actually had a kill streak. He had a killing spree. That was shutdown goal. That's a lot of goal that was given to Benny Cutie.
Oh my lord.
That's the worst part of it.
Out of all members.
Sanford, Super Marco.
No way.
Petrify as well.
You're not getting away with that.
Thank goodness Sanford will survive. And Echo will crack it.
Literally 1 second from the ultimate of Super Marco, and he gets one shot by Benny Cutie.
That was, Carl TZ now, knocking one, and that's just a free kill. Benny, Nibiru's Bastion now, looking for the baser in the mid side. Tanchi quite low though, will not pop the black shoes, as a flap will be the trade. It's a 3-for-1, well, it's a 1-for-1 from the earlier skirmish, but 2 basers, all 3 rather, will fall.
I mean, the whole Echo team should be chilled. With all the crimes that have been committed in this game, how are you getting away with an offense as much as that, Sanford? That was a solid, like, I don't know, 4 seconds in the opponent's base, and somehow you're getting away scot-free and getting a kill towards Benny the Sniper.
And Benny Cutie is 3.8k gold above
man.
his opponent. Super Marco, this is the only time where he was able to get the Blade of Despair at 11 minutes, and that's the second item only on that Leslie.
Yeah, I think I can get the choice of Blade of Despair there. That's more of a Hail Mary item, right? So you're expecting yourself to play the best game possible and evading all the incoming attacks while still doing the damage. But is that going to be enough
the replay
against a team that is
you can see the replay
as good as this? Like,
you can see. Watch out for. Ooh, it's just literally just them dealing the damage.
Yeah.
It's just that. And of course, even after the premise will be taken out easily. A double kill for the Beatrix for easiest one to land actually to get 10.4k.
I mean, they've been doing the fancy stuff in the first 12 minutes of the game. I don't think they need to do a lot more fancy stuff to be able to win the game. They're just gonna take the Lord without any contest. Because if they're contesting, I think that's gonna backfire for sure.
Too easy. Yeah, for Echo now. And I can see that Echo just, I don't know, they might have just been revitalized at this point. This is not the Echo that we saw from MPL playoffs.
And this is also not the AP brand that we saw in MPL playoffs.
Exactly. And this is also not the Echo that we saw from the group stages. Not at all the first stages. They're different beasts today.
Seems like they will now look for the end with this Lord Push. Carl TZ doesn't find the knockup, but they will find the final slash onwards flap. Echo again of taking their time here. Now the realm pops Sanford the front side, looking for a kill, does not find it, but Carl TZ will not soak enough damage as the base to expose a minion Fury for nothing. And Echo, they will send AP Bren down to the lower brackets.
Echo took Bren to the sea, and there's a reason that they are the apex predator of the ocean. M4 Champ strikes and secures grand final of MPLI 2023. Carl TZ and the whole Echo crew is looking at another silverware.
Game 1.